My decision in representing Ward 3 is going to be to vote no on this resolution. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Larry. Any other comments from council before we hear from the general public?
Mayor.
Yes.
If Councilman Kelly is offended, I'm disappointed. The idea that you can turn your back on the history of what's happened in Oklahoma City and say it didn't happen or say it's not the way it is a disappointment to me. What Councilman Shadid said about the history of this is absolutely true. There's no question about whether it's true or not. The city of Oklahoma City paid a substantial judgment for its homophobia some time ago. So it's not true that Oklahoma City does not have a record of actually officially offending people that they had no business offending. That's not so. I listened to and both these colleagues that have commented today, I have a great deal of respect for. I'm pleased to be on this council with. But I will tell you that I've had just the opposite reaction to what I've received. Most of the information that I've received from people that are opposed to this are from outside Oklahoma City, and I can see some of you out there that I know don't live in Oklahoma City. So my reaction has been just the opposite. I think it depends, when you ask a question about this, it depends on how you ask the question. And I suspect if I took a poll in my ward, I could figure out a way to get it to say whichever one I wanted based on how I asked the question. That's the art of being a good pollster. You learn how to ask the questions to get the result I want. I've got some very, very nice letters from people in my ward that I have a great deal of respect for that urge me to vote for this. This doesn't have anything to do with what my personal preference is. It has to do with whether or not we're going to be fair to those that, as Councilman Shadid so eloquently put it a while ago, see a different view for themselves. I, too, have never sat and decided I was going to be heterosexual. It just never occurred to me to be anything else. And I suspect that's the way it is with people that are not heterosexual. I just can't believe that the pain and the difficulty and the discrimination, if you will, probably, in my opinion, the most discriminated people in this country is this community. If you think it's not so, you just have to look around. I mean, it is with us everywhere, that kind of discrimination. So to say it doesn't exist because I don't do it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's there. It's there every day. We see it all the time. And so I'm both, I'm offended myself that I would hear what I'm hearing. I do believe you can control this however you want to control it, and I think most of us are going to vote the way our hearts tell us to vote. And it doesn't have very much to do with external factors. I think we're going to vote. All of the 9 of us that are up here have had experiences in our lives. They're going to tell us which way we're going to vote. I appreciate everybody being here. As Ed says, I wish you'd be here on the day that we approve the social services budget to take care of the poor and the hungry and those people in Oklahoma City. I'd like to see this council full of people saying, I want you to spend more money on that. So we're going to go on with it. We're going to hear a lot of rhetoric this morning, but I'm convinced that most of us know what we're going to do today. And I do appreciate y'all being here because I do think this is an important part of democracy. This is how democracy works, is everybody gets to stand up and talk. And at the end of the day, somebody pulls the switch and we go to the next issue. So I'm glad the room's full today.